Alright guys, welcome back to another stream. I'm here joined by Darth and Icy. We're going to be having a little Outlaws podcast, something that we haven't done, or something that I haven't done in the past 3+ years. The last one we did was with Jay and Darth, discussing Outlaws, Season 2 news and the future of the Outlaws. Back when the future wasn't even really decided. I mean, we barely knew what we were doing for Season 3. Didn't even know we were having a Christmas, Halloween, and spinoff in all of those times. Like, that's when we were barely even started the Outlaws. So, we've came a long way. Because now we're here. Everything is finally ended after 3 years. And we're over here chatting it up, having a podcast. Because some new info about the series has recently sparked up again. So I'm just here in the town of Valentine, the town where it all started, if you will, back 3 years ago in March 9th, 2022. And now I'm going to find Darth. I don't know where he's at, but I'll find you, because I have my map off. So. Oh, okay. So yeah, the Outlaws, here's like a short, brief story. The Outlaws started with Arthur Barton and James Barton. Well, the name wasn't determined yet because, like I said, everything was so new. We filmed the first episode, and then my PlayStation would not let me put the disc or take disc out of my PlayStation 4, so I had to wait until a week later when I got my PS5. We continued from there. We left Valentine, and we came to... Wait, no. I said that wrong, I believe. No, sorry. We were in the snow, and then we came here. This is where it all started. The Outlaw stuff. So, yeah, we went from the snow. I forget what it's called. Coulter? Yeah, Coulter. And we came here. James and Arthur got into this bar fight because Arthur was drunk, and he shot some guys, so they had to flee the town. They go to Rhodes. They get into another bar fight because Arthur's slick tongue was talking back to another guy talking about taking his wife. So... they have to leave Rhodes again. They go to Saint Denis. James gets kidnapped by this random guy in a green mask. So a sheriff named Sheriff Mike busts through the door, and he says apparently that he knows where James could have been taken to because there have been other kidnappings suspected in the area. So they get James back, and when they do, is for some reason finally the time that we actually know his name is James. I don't know what was going on, but we seriously did not know what his name was going to be yet. So really, if we thought of anything else before that, his name could have been like Brian or something. I don't know. Just, it would have been not James. It's crazy to think about. So if you want, we could come have a beer at this bar. I'm at the bar right now.
Basically, low-key, freaking... when Arthur said, "Tell him your name, son," I did not have a name in mind, bro. So I literally could have said anything, bro. That's just
I'm telling you,
that came to my mind first.
it's like an online. It's like an online where you can like choose what you want to look like. That was the time where you got to change your name, and that name would stay as a symbolization for the rest of the roleplay. Because all we hear about is James. Even in Revenge, all he's talked about.
I low-key don't even remember how I came up with the name James. It might have been from like James Charles or something.
Honestly, who knows? James Bond, I don't know. Here, sit with me at this table. And let's have our first talk in the podcast. So yeah, like I said, they find James, all is well, and boom. Arthur and, Mike and James, Arthur and James split up with Mike in the snow because Mike had this little like cabin. So they go back to Blackwater. In Blackwater, they meet a guy named Cowboy Jake, who was kind of strange, but they still trusted him because Arthur had a big heart.
I want to say one thing here. Cowboy Jake is strange. Basically, he was a homeless guy, but he had enough money to buy 2 houses.
Strange man. That should have been a number one suspicion right there, but I guess Arthur's big heart did not let that get in the way. So Arthur decides that he can ride with him and hunt with him, teach him the basics. Little did they know, he knew way more than just hunting. The guy was out on a mission that wasn't really told. Also, I forgot to mention that I killed the kidnapper, or let's just say Arthur did, because it's more realistic. Yeah, so that guy knew what he was doing when he recognized Arthur, because all that stuff that Arthur caused in Valentine and Rhodes, it was in the newspapers. So I guess someone caught wind of it and sent Cowboy Jake, aka the bounty hunter, after Arthur. So Arthur trusts him, and I guess he gives him a house after Arthur helps Cowboy Jake with other bounty missions. So all is well until, I guess, for some reason, they go to Annisburg, this cliff. I guess they wanted to see something or just get out the house or something. That's where Jake reveals that all along he hasn't been a friend of Arthur. He's actually been a traitor. So he really wanted to kill Arthur, which he does. So flash 7 years later, James is living with Mike, and yeah, I mean, the rest is freaking history, bro. Mike dies. Jane lives alone. Well, actually, Cap. Mike dies. James, I think I should say that yet. Sorry. James and Mike live together. They meet Nathan. They go to Sophia's. Boom. Flash forward. Jake finds them on that ranch, burns it down. They have to leave. Flash forward a little bit more. Jake kills Mike. So, flash 2 years. We got James and Nathan living together, and Sophia and James are on bad terms. They're pretty much broken up at the time. So they go to Armadillo, they find Reese, and that was the reveal that all this time, the bounty hunter, the kidnapper, all that stuff was from Reese, because Arthur killed Reese's brother in the past, which was by an accident. It was the celebration of James being, announced.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something that I don't even know if we thought about. Dude, you know how whenever James got kidnapped in season 1, they took him to the desert, that one place that freaking, I forgot what it's called, John Marston gets shot at in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's where Reese was at the end of season 3. That was like his base. So they took him to the Scarlet's base. So that means James probably met Reese in season 1.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna say it yet. I don't want to say anything. But honestly, if we stick with our plan through, we could have a little small Easter egg introduction. More of we can focus more on what really happened while James was there, since it was brushed over so fast. Anyway, yeah. So James finds out that his father murdered Reese's brother. That's what Reese says, but in reality, it was an accident, and it wasn't even Arthur's fault. The brother got the idea first. So that's why Reese has had this little guilt, and he always wanted to chase down Arthur for all this time, which he did. He got him killed. He got Mike killed, and he's got James all along, and they came full circle, pretty much. So, yeah, James, Sophia, and Nathan all defeat Reese, and James and Nathan, they say their goodbyes. Nathan moves away. James gets married to Sophia, and boom, Nathan starts his own family. And yeah, that's the short, brief, summed up of Outlaws. So I think if you want, we can get all the Outlaws, like other stuff, because remember, the podcast was season 2? We didn't even do a season 3. So if you want, we could talk about Outlaw life, and then for our second section, we'll talk about, revenge.
Revenge, yeah. One thing I want to say about Outlaw life, I think I've talked about it in Only Upstream a little bit. Season 1, that had no plan. Season 1 was unrealistic. I'm not saying it was bad. It was kind of stupid. I'm not saying it was a bad season. I'm not saying that life is bad. I'm saying that season 1 was kind of stupid a little bit. Half the characters didn't even have a name. Mike was mute.
Yeah, pretty much.
What else? Because Salty freaking didn't have the mic setting on.
And for some reason, I didn't realize till the very few last episodes exactly when he turned it on. I don't know if you remember, but he did have it on in the very couple last episodes. I think from episode 7 and up.
And also, We had no
Honestly,
idea why.
sorry to cut you off, but thank God for my mic having an echo that we were able to at least hear like what he was saying.
Yeah, a little
It was
bit.
faint. It's like his voice for a couple of days. But yeah, go ahead.
Freaking, we had no reason why Jake killed Arthur. He was just a bounty hunter. Like, we didn't know the scars even existed. We had no lore against freaking Arthur and Joey. Like, it was not planned out. The Outlaw Life season one was just basically one night. I remember me and Little were just playing Red Dead. We're like, well, we should do a role play, and we were freaking up in the snowy mountains. And that's basically how it started. Like, it was just supposed to be a small little series. But towards the end of season one, we started getting ideas. Also, one thing about season three, if it was never for Salty trying to be the main character, whenever we were in that pit in episode one, half of that stuff would have never been true. Reese would have never had a brother, would have never known Arthur. He would never been Jake's uncle. Scars wouldn't even be a thing. He would have never been James's stepdad. Like
All
he would have
right,
never been behind anything.
this would have been a
But
lot.
because Salty came up with that, then it was actually good that he did.
Yeah, I know for sure. Big props to him on that.
It connected everything.
Yeah, but because we would have never connected it in the right way. So
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, then it comes to my point where I think Outlaw Life has its pros and cons. Like for me, I think if our voices were where they are now, it'd be a lot easier to watch. But then
And if we
again,
knew what we were doing.
yeah, but then again, it was all about the memories and the time that we had and the fun, you know.
Yeah, like
No, you're
season
not.
2 and 3 were really fun to film.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Now should be a
now I would like to say more things. Season 2, man, where do I begin? One of the best seasons of Our Life, for sure. That season, like, one was the exploration, you know, getting to, like, adjust to what this RP is going to take off and be in the future. So that, it's just the starter. Season 2, I mean, it's about, like, just happy times, it's like, just always fun stuff happening in season 2. That's all they did. They always
this
did stuff. And season 3 was when it kicked off to being the action and drama and dark season.
this season 2, this season was basically like the season where like we knew what the story was gonna be, and also this was also the season where I was gonna say, I was gonna say, bro. I was gonna say season 2 was also the season where Outlaw Life was originally supposed to be canceled.
Mmm.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Also, I forgot to say, man, I really forgot to say this. Sheriff Mike, a character that became so big, was supposed to be nothing but like an episode. Salty has mentioned it before in many of our finals, many of our videos, live streams. The character was supposed to be a very small role, and I guess I like the idea of having another companion in the show, so I kept him around.
yes,
And look what happened. Arthur died. He became this like uncle or stepfather, if you will, to freaking James for those 7 years, 7 long years.
yeah.
And they still had those little dun
Also,
dun dun flashback things, man.
yeah, and freaking also, I know I already acknowledged this a lot. The Outlaw Life was originally supposed to be on Salty's channel. I was not James. Freaking, like, everything was, switched around. But
Yeah,
then literally got the idea and made a video about it.
yeah, let's go. Yeah, the Outlaw Life originally, I was not Arthur. Salty was Arthur, but then again, I'm the reason why Arthur's a thing because Salty
And his
wasn't.
name wouldn't
It
even be
wasn't.
Arthur.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be Arthur. So the Arthur kind of came from me. Here's really what happened. So me and Salty were on one day. I guess Darth was probably still in school, and we were just ready to do RP called the Outlaw Life. Salty did a little announcement and stuff, posted like this little poster and whatever. And let me invite you to my posse. And yeah, so we started filming. He had to go. And he didn't even want to do it. He's like, oh, this is boring. I don't want to do it. I'm canceling it. I'm like, oh, for real? So I decided, you know what? Let me just pick up where he left off, which was nothing but 5 minutes. So I, retake the idea of it being the birthday in the snow, and said, I'm the father, and Darth is the son. And also, the reason why I wanted to be in the snow is because that fur coat I got, the Dutch coat, that's why I wanted to be in the snow. So really, yeah, it would have probably never even took place in the snow if I just didn't want to incorporate that code in some sort of way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy.
I kind of want to talk about revenge.
Yeah, for sure. It's just crazy how fast time flies. Because like I said, if you blink, everything just like that goes away. I mean, dude, 3 years of the whole Outlaw franchise. I'll later get into the spin-offs. The spin-offs are under their own category. Stuff that we haven't really got to say, but stuff that we have been thinking about. Especially one of those spin-offs. Recently, I don't know. But one of those...
What if? Sorry.
I don't know. One of those spin-offs that I just... Man, I hate it so much. I won't say it.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I won't say it now. I'll save it for later, but... Yeah. It doesn't even have its pros and cons. It's just buns.
So, should we talk about revenge or life?
Yeah, for sure, revenge.
Okay, I'm going to explain how revenge became a thing. It's summer 2023.
Oh, wait, please. I'm sorry. But I need to play a clip for the thing. So, guys, what are the odds? But 3 years ago, in the original Outlaws podcast, well, yeah, Darth says something along the words like this.
I think I know what I'm gonna call next season. Outlaws Revenge? Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be Outlaw Life.
So, 3 years ago, that guy said the Outlaws Revenge. What's that? Back then, that sounded crazy. I was like, "Oh no, I'm still calling it Outlaw Life."
Did you listen to my voice?
Yeah, both of our voices was crazy.
But yeah, basically, we had no clue that the Outlaws Revenge was gonna happen. Now, can I continue my story? You got more to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's summer 2023. We're playing GST right now. And I said, I remember it like a lot. I said, literal pause your stream. I gotta tell you an idea. So I told you the idea about this series called Barton about freaking James dying, freaking Owen, Nathan getting revenge. You said, oh no, probably never happened. The series is over. Let's fast forward to like May 2024. It's like 3 in the morning on a school night, and I just watching Outlaw Life. And I'm like, you know what? I think actually I was thinking about this series. I'm like, you know what? You should give it a chance. So I retexted them a whole plot about this series called The Outlaws Revenge, about James dying and everything. And then we got on the game. We started freaking planning out everything. We planned out the spot where James was gonna die, and boom, The Outlaws Revenge became a thing. So if it was never for me, wanting to give the series another chance, it would have never came out. And also one thing about
you guys would have
The Outlaws.
You guys would have gotten something called Reese's Revenge, though. It would have did terrible, and I probably would have canceled after the first episode.
Yeah.
Which I did.
But yeah. In episode 1 of Revenge, this is my final thing, Sam, for the final season. In episode 1, I had to change. I didn't have to, but I changed my appearance, so I no longer looked like James. We had to record it from my back point of view, so that you guys couldn't see my face. That's why you don't see James' face.
Yeah, but if you look closely, when James is on the ground multiple times, you can see his ear. Pay attention to his ear. His ear is not James's original skin color. So now we are here at one of the season 2 locations, Sophia's grandparents' house. You may be
Let me
wondering.
just get rid of this one grandparent over here.
Oh yeah, well.
Wait,
You may be.
there's none, actually.
Oh, okay. Sophia's dog is still here. But you may be wondering, why are we here? Well, we're here. No. No!
Sorry, doggy. I'm sorry.
What?
I had to do it. Just get rid of the old memories. Sorry.
You just caused yourself a new Outlaw's Revenge. It's called an Outlaw's Redemption.
Actually, oh yeah, speaking of that, I actually was begging Literal to do that like a couple days ago about freaking Owen trying to redeem himself. But anyways,
Y'all
that's not the
see-
main topic.
Y'all see how all Nathan Keene had to do was raise his gun at Owen and he plopped down like that? Jesus.
Wait, something real quick. I want to say.
Hey,
Out of the
wait.
original-
Come here. Fortnite reference in Red Dead. Look at that Reaper pickaxe.
Bro, get out, bro.
No, I'm just
Get
kidding.
out, bro.
You see it though?
Alright, one thing real quick. Out of the original Outlaw Life series, Nathan was the only one who lived. Everyone else is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this house. We are here because this house is just... It's not just Sophia's grandparents' house. This house is a house of a roleplay that I actually had planned called A Brother's Tale, which got shortened to Brothers. Salty was the dad, I was the brother, and Darth was my older brother. Salty came right here, got mad. I picked up the gun and shot him in the neck because he was fighting you.
You know, I was
Bam.
laughing.
So, yeah, this house is just a little Easter egg for those that don't know because obviously it's never coming out. So, yeah, moving on. If you want, you can go somewhere else now. But I'm just basically visiting locations of like the Outlaws and stuff. Actually, we can sit here and talk, you know, because it's a podcast. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk. Yeah, I'll put it in cinematic mode while we. Yeah. So, the Outlaws' Revenge. Let's get into stuff that y'all don't know about.
Oh wait, I just want to say one thing. For the final season, can I explain something? But not now. I'm saying when we get to it.
Yeah. Like I said before, Reese's Revenge was the original Outlaws' Revenge. Title was exactly the same. Now, there was something important I had to say. I don't remember it because I was going to say it a while back. So I'm just going to think for a second. Let me think. Crap, I hate this thinking part because I know I for sure lost it when I have to sit here and think about it. Dang. Wait, what were we talking about before? Like a couple minutes ago.
About season 1. I was explaining how it would have never happened if I didn't text you about it, and it was the summer.
Oh, yeah. If you look in the Discord, for those that are in there actually is somebody we found with the exact same face as Darth's character, James. Don't know how, because Darth didn't watch a video. Like, he created his character with me on a share screen. And they had the same face. Same hairstyle, same skin color, and everything. It's crazy.
We could have used them for a flashback scene, but...
Yeah, but for some reason we were just sitting there thinking about, oh my god, it's James, wow, Jesus. But I wanted to get into something very, very dark and different. And honestly, it's as dark as how dead this grass is. Or, well, crops are. It's not grass. The Outlaws' retirement. This was one of the ideas I had a while back. I'm so glad I did not go with it, or we would not have Revenge right now. Originally, when James leaves, he was supposed to.
Oh.
You remember this? Yeah. When James left, Sophia... Wait, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I came up with this idea, but
No, it was me. 'Cause I remember I was talking about The Last of Us Part 2. I remember it.
no, there was something in here that I came up with. No, I'm so serious. There was something in here that I came up with. I know there was.
I remember.
No, I'm pretty sure I came up with this. You came up with something else, and I'm about to explain. I'll tell you. So, or maybe it's flipped. Maybe I came up with the other thing. But, yeah, Sophia was supposed to say either you go and we'll go, like me and Owen, or you stay and we all stay. And he was going to go. So when he returned to the house, there'd be a note saying she's gone and she doesn't want to see him ever again. He would move out the house, move back to Mike's cabin, and become this depressed sheriff that just lived by himself.
It would have sucked.
That would have sucked horribly. It would have been worse than James just dying. So, honestly, I'm very, very glad that we decided, no, bro, just keep it a Christmas special with happy vibes, bro. Nothing dark and not necessary. So, yeah. Alright, let's move on from here.
Revenge.
So, yeah, there's a lot of cut stuff that I could really talk about now. But
wait, there's in season 3 of Outlaw Life, there is an episode that never came out, and it explains a lot of backstory that never came out.
Yeah, I guess I'll talk about that. So, if you watch Outlaw Life, you can tell between the middle episodes, there seems like this gap, like a time skip. Well, really, it's not supposed to be. It's just on accident.
Like, one episode, James is getting kidnapped, and then the next episode, he's just randomly back.
Yeah, so basically, what happened was, in the midst of it, all that bull crap that happened, James was kidnapped by Reese and Cutter and was taken to this old abandoned mine shaft where on the inside there was all these bombs. Nathan was supposed to wake up from whenever he was hogtied and knocked out at Reese's little hut or something, and he would go track down James. He'd get James, but before he gets James, he blows up the mine shaft, finds Cutter, hogties him, and then takes him with him and James. They would go back to this camp that James had. I don't know everything. It's just the key important moments that I remember, because I know the episode wasn't that short. So yeah, he'd go back to the camp. James would get drunk after, you know, all the stuff that he went through that day, and they'd have Cutter hogtied somewhere outside of the camp. He'd go back, get drinks, he'd get drunk and pass out. Nathan would put him on the bed, and yeah. James would wake up, his vision's all blurry, so he thinks he's seeing his dad on the ground. He unhogties him. So Nathan's like, James, what are you doing? And he hogties him again. James like, oh man, I'm sorry. I thought I saw my dad. I'm really drunk and stuff. So he throws knives into his foot. And that was supposed to be the end of the episode when they go to sleep. Because then the next episode would be them at the camp. Getting ready for them to go home, and they take him. We see Mr. Garcia, all this. They fight for Cutter at freaking James's house. Garcia dies. Cutter gets away with Reese, and James and Nathan run away to the backyard. Yeah.
Alright. We got it.
Alright, we for real got to go. We've been here too long.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get on your horse.
Yeah, let's just have a ride. So yeah. Back to Revenge. There's a lot of cut stuff. Liam originally was supposed to survive all of season 2.
He'd be in a coma.
He was supposed to be in this coma. He'd come out with an eye patch, and he'd have a big old beard in season 3.
But do you want to explain why he cut him off?
Yes. So, you may be wondering, well, what the heck? That's what Tommy did. Tommy got shot in the face, had an eye patch, and survived all the way until season 4. Well, here, hold up. Let me stop myself. I don't want to spoil everything yet.
You know, we should say that Tommy was originally supposed to die.
Hold up. Let me finish. So, yeah, basically, Liam was supposed to survive, and Tommy was supposed to be the one to die by Maria. But I guess it was fate. Fate knew that Tommy shouldn't have died there yet. So, Salty just started acting weird. He started acting like he didn't want to film. He was messing it up, killing us. just trolling the whole time. So we decided behind his back, no, all of us knew except for him. We all knew what was about to happen, and he didn't know. It was the funniest thing ever. The guy thought, okay, I filmed my scene, take me to the hospital, I'm in a coma, see y'all tomorrow for filming. No, buddy. That was your final scene ever. He'd never return as another character. So his character died, and we buried him right next to Mike.
Originally, he was never supposed to have what it's called. I like to die playing at his death, but
Yeah.
we put that as a joke. When he got mad, we put it in the actual thing.
Yeah, he leaked. Oh, yeah. Also, he leaked Liam's death. We sent it to him the night that it happened. He leaked it in the Discord server. He spammed it everywhere. So it definitely, for some people, got spoiled before it actually came out.
Yeah.
That's the first time that I think any of my role plays have been leaked before. That is so cool. Oh my god.
It's cool to have your RP leaked. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
I mean, come on, it's an experience.
it's an experience that not many get to have. I mean, dude, my role play got leaked. Like, that does not happen. That's like movies. Like, movies get leaked. Role plays? What the heck? No. So it was very cool. And yeah. So let's go to our next location, the lineup.
Oh.
So yeah. Tommy Oliver. Let's talk about him. Tommy Oliver luckily got saved that day because Liam took his death, which was kind of sad because Liam was the youngest.
It was good.
But it was good because, like I said, how it was fate. Darth rewatched all of season 1.
I wanted to re-explain this part. Basically, I was rewatching The Outlaws' Revenge one night, standing like all night, I think. And I seen this part in one of the episodes, Cole saying, "Oh, you know what? I think Tommy could have killed them," and you know all this. I was like, "Oh," because before this, I was already telling literal. I think Owen should kill Tommy because to show he's evil. But that was the final thing that we knew. Yeah, bro has to die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as you can see the rest.
So, yeah, basically, I guess, like I said, fate just had to know that we just had to keep him alive for a little bit longer just for you to watch the series in time and find out that some guy named Tommy was in the Pinkertons. And if you look back in season 2, that same guy, Tommy, was sitting there. He was just sitting there watching us from a distance, so it made his case even worse. Like, it made it more believable that he was a Pinkerton. And he always wore fancy clothes, like Pinkertons. So, yeah, it's just kind of like a hint. So, yeah, if Darth would have never rewatched that, my answer, originally whenever Darth pitched me the idea about killing Tommy, I immediately said, no, I don't want Tommy to die, I want him to live happily ever after. Darth was like, no, please, we gotta get Owen like this big kill, because Owen didn't have a big kill like every other villain has had. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So, I was thinking, because, Malcolm dies to a rooftop, I wasn't gonna have Malcolm get killed by Owen like a freaking Colt killed Rick.
Sarah.
Yeah. Originally, Malcolm was supposed to die by Sarah, but, we had a lot of changes. There was a lot of changes with Season 4. Season 4 had a lot of changes.
One thing, Season 4. Season 3 was supposed to be the final season. Season 4 was never supposed to happen. But I begged for weeks to have a Season 4 about Owen being the villain.
Yeah. So, really, that wasn't supposed to happen at all. Really, it was supposed to be the ending of Season 3. If you watch the ending, it does end normally. They're having a dinner and yeah. But in order to keep Season 4 a thing, we had to do some sort of credit scene where he's like, I'm going to make the world a better place. That was never going to be in it. That was not going to be in it until we decided that Season 4 was for sure happening.
Honestly, Season 4 was kind of ruined by me. Half of those lines in that season were from Invincible, and I just took them
The Last of Us too.
Yeah, I freaking was talking about stop holding back, make the world a better place, freaking.
Hey, we let you live and you wasted it.
Yeah, I was just taking lines, bro.
Freaking, that's from The Last of Us to Abby. But yeah, it's just crazy that, you know, that freaking Tommy would have never died if we never watched.
Like glitched out. So yeah, we never watched that. Never would have been a thing.
But yeah, what is that has never happened in the wild. Jesus, that was bad. I heard it. It was. I was testing my mic when you said to cut out. I have not had that happen in like a year. Jesus, it's this controller, by the way. That's why. But yeah, so yeah, if I have it in like a weird angle, it will cut out. So anyway, yeah, if I never, like, if you never rewatched that episode, Tommy would be alive, and yeah, you'd probably be one of the most lamest villains ever, because he would have not had a big kill and a big sacrifice. So yeah, season 4, like I said, has went through a lot of changes. Originally in season 4, Sarah was supposed to kill Malcolm. Tommy was supposed to live. Darth was not supposed to go to prison. And I was not supposed to move houses. I was supposed to stay in the same house as Blackwater.
I don't know if you remember this, but for like, we were thinking about it. It never like said, oh yeah, we're gonna do that. I was just thinking about it, and I told you about it. Owen was supposed to die.
Yep, that too.
He wasn't supposed to die, but it was an idea we had where he jumps off a bridge, which made it into the final cut, but it was changed.
Yeah, it was changed in the final cut. The final cut shows him thinking about it, and hell, even in the bloopers, he's over here.
I jumped off.
Yeah, he jumped off, just like, hinting at it, but it never actually happens because the guy doesn't need to die. He's the last of the Barton family there is, and who else would write the book without him? So
I mean, he's the last of the Barton bloodline. There's no way bro's gonna have a family now.
yeah. I mean, honestly, when you think about it, Owens is like really a traumatic character. He lost his family at such a young age. If it's just like James, but worse. Let's say James got to see his mother for a while. Even though she left in his childhood, she was there whenever he was almost in his 30s. Not Owen. Owen lost his mom at like, what, 19, 20?
He lost his dad, his mom, within a span of 2 years.
Yeah.
He lost people around him that were supposed to live. He lost one of his best friends because he felt betrayed. He lost, his close people in his camp. He lost like a lot of people.
Yeah, he's definitely had a lot of traumatic stuff going on for him.
If you remember, him and Malcolm were supposed to go to Mexico, and Owen was saying, oh yeah, when I get to Mexico, I'm gonna start a family. He never made it to Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. That, people gotta pay attention. That right there. He was going to have a family, but everything turned out horrible, so he had to spend 9 years rotting in prison. 9 years in that small jail cell with like another guy across from him yapping his ear off all night, eating freaking skunk tails for dinner. So yeah, just crazy, man. I mean, his father died for a past mistake that wasn't even, Jesus. What makes his death even sadder is like, or more sad, sorry. What makes his death more sad is that his father was blamed. He did not kill Cutter's brother. Cutter's brother Jose jumped off the cliff. They only call it a kill because they seen that you shot him and shot his head off. That's why they were tracking down Nathan and Jesus, said everyone but James. Nathan and James. Because they also tracked down Nathan too. Nathan was also supposed to die. Colt was tracked too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but James is more weaker because he's older.
Yeah. So luckily, Nathan got away. But James kind of just accepted it. I mean, when you think about it, James has lived...
Not really. He was tied up.
He was tied up, yes. But James... What I mean is accepted is like... He lived his life. Lived it, bro. He got to watch his son grow up. I mean...
His last words were literally... The man, remember me, I'm the man who survived the outlaw life.
Exactly. Like, y'all have to remember, this man went through everything. He's lost father. His mom abused him and stuff. I mean, Jesus, his stepdad was his father's freaking enemy.
Yeah. Hitler, basically, almost.
Yeah, basically, like, when you think about it, he's the reason why Arthur's dead. So, yeah, he had a lot. James' dad died too. The man whose step-freaking father of James.
Let's not forget. Reese and Arthur were like best friends.
Oh, yeah, they were like childhood best friends.
Yeah.
And
Joey.
Yeah, Joey too, for sure. They were brothers, but yeah. So he was blamed for Joey's death. It was an accident. They were both drunk, and hell, even he was like, "Let me join." So regardless, they would have killed Arthur on accident. So the situation would have been reversed. No one would have been in the right.
They were literally laughing. They're like, bro.
Exactly.
It's Reese's all you say, let me join.
Exactly. So he can't get mad because it didn't go out the right way. But yeah, so James watched Mike die. He watched Nathan lose his eye. He had to kill all these people. He lost many horses, many homes, all this. And then he just finally got to settle down on a small ranch in the middle of Strawberry. And it's just, when you think about it, that's like the best way to go from an outlaw to a rancher. That's the best thing he could have done. Exactly, living peacefully. He had a son, got married, everything. And, you know, he lived all them years. We saw, yeah, dude, he had all that gray hair and stuff, showing that he's clearly aged and lived through everything. So, yeah, I mean, better ending than freaking Owen got. Owen, what did he get? Oh, living by himself in the mountains, you know, writing books. I mean, he's definitely rich.
Nobody needs him.
He's crazy rich, though.
I mean, you don't know that. What if the book didn't sell, dude?
Well, if you know what's happening in 2026, you'll know it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
You
the Easter egg. Not gonna say what, but...
Yeah. Just know, next year you guys are going to know about that book.
The Outlaw Life will be coming back.
Not in a way you expected, though. Yeah. Not in a roleplay way. You'll see. I'm not going to say more.
It's something you won't expect.
Something very fast. Anyway, I'm not going to say more. Because that's for next year. It's called 2026 for a reason.
No, it'll probably be 2027 because, you know.
No. Well, possibly 2026. Possibly 2026, if not 2027.
Possibly 2027.
Yeah, so you guys, let's just talk about Owen's fate. Like you said, Owen lost Malcolm, which kind of just decided, like, you know, it wouldn't have been nice for him to go to Mexico without Malcolm. Malcolm's family was there, while unlike Owen, he has nobody there. He would have started a family there. Live peacefully. He was supposed to stay in Mexico. He was going to move there with Malcolm.
Like never see them again.
Yeah, no, he wasn't going back to freaking Blackwater and saying hello to Nathan. That chapter in his life was closed. He didn't really want to see them again. And that's why the revenge, if you compare revenge to life, like the both endings, season 3 ending and season 4's ending, and both of the two, you can see where season 3 of the Outlaw Life's ending is more of like a happy, like, you know, good filled cool moments, while Revenge is more of the sad, depressing ending. Like James, you know, it's like a mirror image in a way. Like if you guys really look, that's done on purpose. It's mirrored. James got to live on that ranch with the family. Then if you look at Owen, he lives on his ranch with nobody. James had a son. Oh yeah, no, it was a ranch. It's just, we only showed the house, but they had a stable and stuff.
Also, one thing I want to say, I've been saying this the entire series.
Wait, let's go to Owen's. Oh my God, let's go to Owen's ranch. Jesus, let's go. I want to go there for the podcast. Where's that?
I've been saying this for the entire series. James and Owen have the same story, but they took it differently.
Mm-hmm.
James was the one who like, I don't know, like Owen like took it like really bad when James like was trying to make the best out of life. Also, if we ever, I'm not saying we will, if we ever do that remake of freaking Outlaw Life season
Go to
1,
our PD.
James will not be frying as much as he always used to do in the original series.
Yeah,
Bro
and
will
you
freaking
guys will
send every
not
single day.
see 7 flashbacks in one episode. Me and Darth went over just one episode today. We saw like 4 flashbacks with the same reused scenes and
Within the same
music.
5 minutes.
It was literally like a minute from each other. All it was, my dad took me hunting before. Ding 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 ding.
Every time the word dad came out of his mouth, something would show up.
Seriously.
Also, where'd you go?
What, PD?
That's what PD that replaced would never supposed to come
I knew you were gonna say that. So yeah, I want to take y'all to a spot that was not showed much. Honestly, for some reason, I feel like we didn't show it enough. The ending, it didn't have to end on the book part. It could have, for starters, showed him ranching, putting up the horse.
No, because we've been talking about doing the book.
No, that's not. It was always going to end with the book, yes. But I'm saying the way that it ended. If I could go back, I would extend it. Like it would cut to him. He's doing ranching. He puts his horse up. Then it's like you can see the sun's going down. So he goes inside his house. He makes himself something to eat, and he gets ready to finish the book. Then he'd be like, "The Outlaw Life." He puts it on the shelf, and then it would end. Just the same way. Just a little bit longer, because I kid you not, we didn't even get to see enough of Owen's house. Oh yeah, let's go to Cutter's place so I can talk about that place real quick, since Icy's here. Oh
yeah, freaking Maria's death scene.
Stay back, bro. Don't come after me.
Why are the wolves so freaking... I have so much help.
And why they're like really wanting this freaking horse. Dude, they are chasing us from everywhere. What the heck is this?
It's the wrong spot.
That's the guy that gives Arthur the horse. Okay, so right here. This is where we seen Haul ass. He was right here. You want me to say Holla? Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying that's so funny.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
this is where
like,
we saw Hall ass.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oscar.
That's how I said it, right? Thought that was someone. Okay, dude, what do you want?
Jesus Christ.
Let me just get my dog out the... Alright, there we go. Oscar. Anyway, so right here we met... I'll just stick with Holla, because, YouTube. It's crazy. Right here's where we met Holla. Let's get our lanterns out. Right here we met Holla. And
doing, you could say Holla.
Right here is where we met Holla. Right here. We followed him up to this little area right over here, where Cutter was holding Ashley hostage. Literally right here. I haven't been here since this hostage thing, so it looked a little bit like this, We were here with the... Oh, by the way, forgot to mention. Yes, Cutter was actor swapped. I'll go into detail on that a little bit later. Maybe right after we're done talking about this. So yeah, Icy. What were your words for, you, because, you're here and stuff. Your death. Do you think, if anything, out of every death, which one is your favorite?
Out of every death?
Because you had Rose, the silent death. She didn't say crap. And then we had Ashley sacrificing herself. She pushed him and got shot. And then we had Mr. Garcia, the rush death.
The freaking, you should not be here. Alright, think we got him.
Yeah.
Oh, between those, I can't choose Maria.
Huh?
You can.
I can.
You can. Oh yeah, Maria. I forgot about Maria's death. Crap, I forgot about her.
Maria.
Yeah. She had that big old action scene. I forgot about that.
Okay. I think Maria had the best one, but humor-wise, definitely Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, and sacrifice-wise, like hero-wise, I say Ashley because she pushed him, and we had that big old fight for him, and that was James's mom and stuff, and it was just crazy. I went over here. Yeah, I went over here, and I was like, by living, you mean dying. And I went, and James was just not even in the water. He was like this. Like, dude, you're not even freaking in the water, bro. I should have made you respawn, and then you get up, and then, yeah, but whatever. Here, matter of fact, I'll play the clip for you guys. I want y'all to hear exactly how I sounded whenever I said, by living, you mean dying. You said what?
The way, bro. The way I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're not even in the freaking water. You were like standing, basically.
Like,
Here,
bro,
let's-
it's fine.
This, but
Whatever.
no.
Freaking
Me
bees, like,
dying.
See, look.
Why no?
Oh my god.
Because I have too much to live for. By living, you mean dying. That's
Mr. James.
what you get.
So, back to the Cutter thing. My friend Rewind. He was the original Cutter voice for all the episodes up until episode, I would call that, what was that, 13? Because Outlaw Life had scattered episodes. Yeah, 13. Jesus, Outlaw Life had way too many episodes. 13. My God. And the ending was 14. So 14 episodes. But still, yeah, episode 13, that's whenever we had to change my friend, because at the time he was going through this, like, account crisis, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, either he, like, didn't have his account, or he didn't have PS Plus. He wasn't on for, like, a couple months. So he just got Buford. Tell me why.
Buford
I
was
can't
the
remember.
worst decision.
I can't remember if it was either a week or a couple of days after we filmed his death. Then he comes online and like, hey, I'm ready to film. I'm like, oh shoot,
Oh,
well
yeah, it was
dude, we
a couple
recasted you.
months.
No, it wasn't months. It wasn't months.
Oh.
It like right after we filmed his death. I'm pretty sure that's whenever he came back and stuff.
One thing, dude, Buford was not a very good person. Sorry, a good filmer. Bro, we told bro, oh, can you be bald and get a big beard? No, I'll just get a buzz cut and get a mustache. And then,
Yeah,
bro, this the what's it called? The freaking Watcher or whatever it's called, the Informer. He came out of nowhere and told us stuff about race.
yeah. And then whenever I said no, we don't need him, he's like, just come on, bro, just please. He was like, kinda,
He wanted to come with us the final battle.
yeah, like bro, you're not
You
getting in
don't
front of
even
that, bro. But then he came back as Mr. Gray and said, get off me, woman. So
Wait, was bro actually Mr. Gray?
yeah, that was him.
Oh, damn.
The get off
He
me,
must have
woman.
snitched
Clear.
on
Oh,
He freaking snitched on his own boss.
no,
And he
Miss.
just left
No,
me by the way.
the Watcher was not the same as Mr. Gray. I'm saying Buford also came back to play Mr. Gray.
The Informer
Also-
should have like a role or something. Like he should like be important. Like should he be like a part? Like what should he be? What's his lore?
I don't even know. I don't know. Since he's not an important character, I don't care. He's just a character that was not even supposed to be in the
Could have
RP.
never been in it.
Yeah. So let's go to Owen's house. The house that not even you know much about.
I've only been there once.
Yeah, and by once you only went inside of it. I want to show you exactly how big. Like he had a pretty big ranch. He had a stable. He had a place where he had hay for his horses, and he had a house. So it was just like the other house that James lived on, but just in the mountains instead of being in the grasslands. Oh, no, do you want to get some action, I guess?
Got it.
Let's pop off for a little bit, bro.
The Colts? Oh no, this is freaking.
This is Colt's gang. Like, this is actually the Pinkertons.
I'm not even gonna lie. Mr. Garcia should have gotten my screen time.
He did.
Yeah,
just
no,
the
this
episode was
episode-
freaking. The episode just didn't come out. Oh yeah, that's
Hey,
one
Mr.
thing.
Garcia.
The other half of the episode that wasn't out was your guys' part.
Also,
I remembered it now.
In season 2 of the Outlaw Life, at the ending, whenever it's cuss words that they
I
sound
hate
stupid.
that. I hate that to this day, bro. Wait, what are the odds these Pinkerton agents are right in front of your house? Look, your house is right up here. I'm not even joking. They're here.
I remember season 1, whenever I kept saying freaking be here when we were fighting those people.
Oh, yeah. But look, okay. So here's his house. Where are you at? Let me give you a tour. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Wait. Okay. Get your lantern real quick.
Wait, what?
Your lantern. Okay, look. So over here, he had this little part for like just whatever. He could fit like a horse in there, horse or two, because the hay right here. Then he had this little mini house. So like a guest house. Let's say Nathan wants to come over and visit with his family. They'd come in here and stay.
Be a long ride.
Well, they're not far now. They're pretty close since, you know, they moved houses. Then back here is your stable. So you could put, like, you know, cattle and horses in here and stuff. Then over here is the infamous house with the bookshelf with the outlaw book. Right here. It's the exact same. Wait, recreate it. It's the same exact time of day, too. Do.
Just got done writing the book. Now it's time to put it up. What the frick is the bookshelf?
I'll do it better.
I don't
Here.
even know how to.
No, he's like, the outlaw life. Well, guess I'm done making that book. And over here, and you put it on this shelf, and then you open the door.
Book.
It's the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Recreate it, bro.
Because my dad told me the tale. Alright, the outlaw life. I'm gonna go put this up.
Oh my god. Alright, what were we saying? I see.
I'm getting mad tired, so I'll see you on the next podcast.
Alright, peace out.
Peace out, girls, hoes. I'm gonna see y'all.
And the next one.
Catch you on the flip side.
Oh yeah.
Little LT and Dad.
Oh, man. And this is his. Oh yeah, there's another room. Look at this. All this room. I was gonna say kitchen, but his kitchen's right here. So he had all these beds
Dude has
for
no family.
nothing.
No one here.
No one. He lives in this cabin by himself, sitting by the campfire. Look, he has one chair too. That's actually so miserable. One chair by himself, dude. Jesus. We could have gave him anything, but we chose to give him a sad ending. What is wrong with us?
I mean,
What's wrong
he
with you?
deserves.
Yeah, we couldn't
Me, but
really.
you're the one who came up with the ending.
Yeah, well, actually, we both did. Season 3 was supposed to be ending. Anyway, so I guess it kind of makes sense why, because we couldn't copy and paste James's ending for you. Oh, he had a family, got married, boom. No.
No, because it made sense for James. We set up Sophia
Yeah.
since season 1.
But you just, I'm going to Mexico and finding a girlfriend, and then, like, we cut 9 years later and you finally got a girlfriend. It just would not make sense. So,
Yeah.
because you know, you went to jail. So that kind of got pushed aside. So you being alone, it makes sense. And plus, it stops the cycle from repeating. Think about it. You don't have any kids. Look what happened with James.
To my name because I have no freaking bounding to my name because I served my time.
Mm-hmm. You basically got also a good ending. Just, it's more
The
of
only
a...
thing that could have happened is freaking Tommy's son in the Outlaws payback, but bro could never even find me.
Yeah. So
The
it's
Outlaws
just...
payback is actually coming out. Like,
No,
it's
it's
actually coming out.
not. Guys, he's joking. Anyway, I was saying, your like little like I guess ending. When you think about it, it's not bad because you cleared your bounty to your name. You served 9 years in prison, and now that you have no kids, if anyone were to kill you right now, your son wouldn't be like, "Oh, I gotta get revenge because that's what my ancestor."
Bloodline would just be over.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure that,
Wait,
but
no, but Sophia has a son. Get revenge
What?
for the uncle.
what?
Sophia, I mean not Sophia. Sophia, no.
Sarah.
Freaking- what's her name? Yeah, Sarah. To freaking get revenge for Uncle Owen.
Well, here's my thing. Yeah, you're saying it like that. I understand, but no. I'm like actually being for like I'm saying like it's good that you don't have like. Well, it sounds bad when you say it like that, but it's not. It's good that you don't have like a freaking family to like want revenge like every other cycle. I'm telling you, it would just be an endless cycle. Arthur had him, James. Arthur died. James got revenge. Then there was Nathan and Mike. Mike died. Nathan, I guess, was mad. He wanted to kill Reese and stuff and all that for what happened. Then James and Owen. James dies. Here comes Owen. Let me track him down. So if Owen were to die right now, his son would want to track you down, track your killer down.
Yeah, but what about Nathan would want revenge for his nephew?
Nathan would probably be dead, so no, because Nathan's old. He's the age of Arthur now, pretty much, or James, I'd say.
Bro outlived his freaking brother.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, I think this place. Let's go. Wait, it's daytime now, so you can actually see everything. Look how his house actually looks. Look, it's even depressing because like the ground is just all dead and stuff. Like really, he had a nothing. He doesn't have nothing going. It's a ranch, but he's not ranching. He has no horses. Yeah. So yeah, really, it's sad, bro. So the ending is overlooked. Like, yeah, he wrote the book. Yeah, but what is at what cost, bro? Losing everything.
That's what basically what revenge, does. Freaking Ellie went for revenge. She ended up with nothing.
Exactly. There you go. And then he went for revenge, and he left with nothing as well.
Like, freaking Owen's about to be like 30 years old. Freaking the rest of his life, freaking doing nothing. Actually, no, that's actually not true. Bro has like years of his life to live, bro.
Yeah, he could definitely got a family. But it's just we don't get to see it, so it's never really going to be canon because we don't get to see it.
Yeah, if y'all want to write some fan fiction, go ahead.
Yeah, this is all he's got? Freaking plants! That's it! And some of them are dead!
Now they're gone now.
Yeah. This guy has nothing! Oh my god, Owen. Jesus, man. And let me just grab this chest.
Oh yeah, guys, by the way, the whole idea in season 1 where Owen was supposed to get a scar, I don't even think that was really supposed to happen. I only did that because I wanted to get a scar. And as you can see, I have a scar now. But originally, I never had a scar.
Yeah, so it was the first actual realistic wound in the Outlaws instead of just slapping an eye patch on your eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just say, I mean, there's two ways you can look at this, and I know we're like resurfacing the topic that we just ended on, but I can't let it just fly over my head. Look at this man's living space. What do you see when you look outside of James's house? You see pink and blue and purple flowers with a nice water stream. Yeah, you see a nice water stream going down in the snowy mountains behind. Over here, you see dirt mountains, trees everywhere. The ground is dead. It's yellow grass. Freaking plants are dead. Branches are falling.
This is actually sad, bro. If you come over here, this is probably like Owen's chair where he just sits and
reflects on and there's a beer on the dude, sit there. I wanna just make something real quick.
You can't.
No, yeah, just crouch on it. No. I wanna make it while it's raining.
The best I got.
Wait, you were just on it. You were just on it. Yeah, right there. Alright, now turn. No, you were just on it again.
There you go.
Okay, now perfect. There we go. Wow, man. Jesus. Wow. Look at this. Imagine this, guys. Owen's sitting here once again with one chair, no one to give him comfort on the side. Just one chair and one beer. That's crazy, man. And look at his house. His house has rain falling, bro. This is miserable. I would not want to live here at all, bro. Look, come over here. Come over here. Come over here.
It's the best he's got.
You see this grass? Dead. See the dirt? It's crazy. Tree. Look at the branches. Some branches are falling off and stuff. His plants are dead. Flower is like barely having color on it. That purple flower is losing color. And then when you come all the way down here, this guy's living on a mountain. He's not even close to a nearest town. Bro has to hunt.
Go to the general store.
Yeah, he has to hunt and make his own clothing. Look at that. He's nothing.
Where's he gonna go?
Seriously. Then when you come back to his house, and I doubt Nathan's visiting half the time because him and Nathan, they don't really end on good terms. They end on a mutual bond, but their bond, that uncle and nephew bond that they had, it's never, it's never coming back. That's gone, man. Jeez.
To be honest, if bro even wants to go back to freaking Tumbleweed to go see his old camp, that's gonna take bro like a week just to get there, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Plus his camp is all burnt down, so it wouldn't even be
at least a couple days to get to Blackwater.
Man, look, he has a tree house, but no kids. So, and it's breaking down too.
Yeah.
He probably uses it for like, you know, Sarah's freaking. Oh yeah, he probably built. Let's say he built it for Sarah's son. He comes over and he gets that tree house stuff.
Yeah.
So crazy, man. Oh, and also, he's a porta potty right here. And I know it's just a porta potty, but it's also leaking. There's cracks in it, missing wood. So now when he wants to piss, his rain leaking on him.
All the way out here.
No, because he has, look, but it's broken over here, so he has rain leaking on him when he's peeing as well. So really, that's another miserable factor.
Also, I don't know if it's ever confirmed. I told Little that Nathan should like repent to God and work at a church. So I don't know if that's canon or not, but
I remember that. But no, I'm pretty sure Nathan works at Emerald Ranch, that farm at Emerald Ranch. He works there.
Confirmed that Nathan is not Catholic or Christian.
I guess he could be if he wants to. I'm no longer Nathan though. I don't play him anymore. That's over. So whatever Nathan.
Bring it back. New series Outlaws Redemption.
No. Anyway, I guess are we done with this Owen chapter, or you want to stick here for the podcast? I mean, the place is cool and huge. Let's go in here.
What else do you want to talk about? Like, Nathan.
Can I sit down? No. Okay. Well.
You can get on this bed.
No. Yeah, see, this is like a freaking travel bag too. So yeah, this is like the guest room for sure, for anyone that visits his freaking niece, or not nieces.
If anyone were to visit.
Was it his cousin? Something. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. Looking at this place is just so different from his dad's. Like, he's so used to his dad's having, like I said, those purple, green, yellow and blue flowers and the stream of river going down, you know, snowy mountains, the weather's always hot, and he's up here in this rainy, cold weather with dead branches everywhere. He doesn't even take care of his lawn. You see that? You see that right there? Look at all these branches everywhere and the dead plants, and not plants, but dead flowers.
He had everything under control. He had a nice family.
Dude, James would be honestly disappointed. I would not even want to say James would be happy.
Yeah.
No.
He would not even be proud of bro. I mean, he'd probably be proud of bro for, like, turning himself in. But he would not even would have wanted this. But he literally wanted his son to be, like, an author, which he was.
Yeah.
In
the end, he did fulfill his dad's dream. At least. That's the one good thing that he did.
It was already kind of too late for bro.
Yeah, James kind of wanted that to happen after he got a family and a son or a daughter, both, whichever. So on to the next word. By Owen Barton.
That's actually sad.
I needed to show you that.
since Nathan and Owen like don't talk anymore, the freaking Keen and the Barton family have like no connection anymore. Like bro
Yeah.
lost everything about his freaking like best friend or freaking brother, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, man. All right, now we're going to Nathan's pretty sad house too. I'm really, really, really. I cannot lie to you. I really like how Outlaw's Revenge ended, and it sounds crazy because, like I said, it ends all sad, depressing, and like just wow, like it leaves you in a shocking factor. But like, dude, to see Nathan go from this big mansion to that small house that barely even has 2 rooms, just crazy. Nathan has a job now, bro. They both do. Nathan didn't need a job back then. Nathan had it all put together.
He had the money from all the robberies and stuff.
Yeah, all the people he's killed. But now he lost everything, so he had to get a job, got a new horse, all that stuff. Oh, and then forgot to mention, Owen's horse's name is Jamie. You know, James, but it's a female horse, so it's Jamie. So he always has something to remind him of his dad, at least.
Yeah, low-key, bro. Barton family look got ruined, bro. Freaking Sophia died. Freaking
Yeah, Sophia
sickness.
died horribly. She died to cholera.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason we killed her off is because we wanted Owen to live with Nathan.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Like, we needed a reason for him to stay with Nathan. And also because Tippy said he wanted to, yeah, he wanted to play a new character, and he didn't want to be Samantha anymore. He was like, I really want to change my parents. Please let me change my parents. I'm like, dude, wait.
It's kind of realistic though, because when you do get older, and like get diseases and stuff.
Yeah, because your body gets weak and it can't really fight anything that comes your way.
Yeah. But but one thing about that her death was how come we left and then we came back and she was dead in an entire different outfit? Like, how do you change clothes if you're dead?
That's what I feel like everyone thought was confusing, but it's common sense. We came back a day later. Yeah, we came back a day later. Yeah, that was the next day. And remember, they went there, it was daytime, and then it was nighttime when they stole the medicine, then it was daytime when they made it to her house. We came there a whole other day. She could have died like maybe just a few hours before they got there. That morning she could have died. Yeah, that morning she could have been walking down the stairs, and as they were like pulling up, boom, she could have just died right there. That's why she was in a different outfit. I thought it was obvious.
I thought it was like the same day, like a couple hours later.
No, that was a new day. Because if it was the same day, like I said, the time would be weird. Because, you know, it was nighttime when we stole the medicine and daytime when we came back to her house. So it had to be a new day.
We barely freaking sleep in Outlaw freaking Revenge.
Yeah, Outlaw Life, every episode ended on sleeping.
Also, something we never acknowledged, dude. None of the characters ever went to the freaking bathroom. Only character who kind of did was Mike in the original series, freaking farting in.
And was it either you or Tommy that blew up the season 2 bathroom in Liam's house? I think it was Tommy or you. It was one of you guys, but
it was Tommy.
Okay, yeah. So here we are, the very, very own fateful place.
James Barton.
James was brought into this place right here.
We should have killed him off somewhere more iconic.
No, this is perfect, dude. Look, it's somewhere off the skirts, like no one like ever is here. This place is abandoned, and it's a barn. He brought him into here, and the reason why is he was camping out here too. Look, he was camping out here.
Thomas Downs Ranch.
Yeah. Look, he already had this set up and planned. He was camping out here, waiting for the time was right. So whenever we pulled up to, you know, get James's body, he was there.
Oh wait, yeah, he was, because he freaking hit me with the poison. Freaking.
Yeah, we woke up next to the Rhodes place, which is cool.
Also, something weird in season 1, I was obsessed with my freaking hat. I went back in the middle of the fire to
Yeah, I
go
was
back
like,
and
yo,
get my
just
hat.
leave it. We can just buy you another one. No, I gotta get my hat. I'm like, okay.
Probably because his dad bought it.
Yeah. Of
Like,
course he
no,
did.
because at that point in the series, they just knew James was missing. They didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, no, they knew he was missing. Like they were about to find. They were about to find out. They were right here, right here. Look, they were right here, and they got hit with the poison, and that's before they could get inside and see his death. They had to go an extra day or two without finding out. Because remember, once they got hit and woke back up, they were all the way in Rhodes, so they were taken by Colt.
Dang,
So
they
they
took
were
him that far?
yeah back to the shack they had next to like close to the Pinkerton place.
Dang.
So yeah, they didn't see his death the day that it happened. They seen it about a day or two after. Yeah, 2 days after. So his body was like already like probably like decomposed and stuff. It's gross. But yeah, this is right here. He sat right here saying, "Remember me." Stuff. Colt was like, "Look at you, you piece of shit, on your hands and knees, like how you're made to be." I remember that. So yeah. But actually, I'm here for a reason. I don't know if you remember this. I still have footage, but Colt's death was so different. We were rehearsing it over here. We were rehearsing it. We were right here, and
shoot bro with the shotgun.
yeah, you were gonna like quick fire. You're gonna go like this. I remember. You're gonna go like this, and one of his arms were gonna be off. Look at my freaking bullets on fire. What the heck? Remember last year you were obsessed with maybe if I hypnotized.
Oh yeah.
Dude, why is my horse still walking? Okay, now, you see right across from here? That is Nathan's house right there. We're looking right at Nathan's house. We're going there next. So Nathan moved across from James's death spot. Jesus, this series does not catch a break.
So he probably passes by it a lot.
Yeah, he probably does. In order to get to town, he has to take this way. So he sees it very a lot of times.
I wonder if he has like PTSD.
Or just like, he just has like bad dreams about it.
Because bro's been fighting for like 30, 40 years of his life. Because we had so many time skips, bro.
Just in our life. Well, no, not just in our life. I'm Capus, Tails, and stuff.
The skip between life and Tails was like 10 years. The skip between freaking Tails and retirement, and then retirement from Revenge.
So, we are here at the one and only Nathan Keene, I'll just say the Keene's house. The Keene's family house. You may be confused, or probably not, but the house didn't really look like this back in the other projects. That's because this is his new house. His depressing old boring house that he moved to because, well, he had no choice. He had to flee Blackwater. I mean, everybody was out looking for him, his daughter, his wife, everybody. Look at his house. Once again, not well managed. These people used to be on top of their like management, and now they don't even care. Look at Nathan, bro. He had like 50 newspapers here. Look at this.
Dude, they were like rich, bro. They had such a big house.
And look, now he has a chair for him and Samantha. This is Nathan's right here. That's Samantha's. Look at all the news, the letters and mail they be getting.
Probably about like the Blackwater massacre. That's what it should be called.
It was. Yeah, it's the Blackwater massacre. But yeah, so when we go inside, it's so sad. If you watch season 3 and you see how big his house was, this is what he's got now. Like I said, barely even 2 rooms, because I'm pretty sure one of these rooms don't even have sheets on the bed. Or no, one of them don't have a bed, yeah. Nathan just comes in here and sits down and writes in his journal a lot.
Probably about the good old days.
Mm-hmm. And he also has to write stuff about work. So this is also where he'd probably be talking about work. He's a he works at Emerald Ranch. I can show you where he works. I'll show you. But yeah, so it's just crazy. So this is the room that him and Samantha have. Their bed is not even made. It's super empty. If you compare it to the old bed,
If you go back
yeah.
to season 3, whenever they're like, dinner's ready, come downstairs, their house is big, bro.
Mm-hmm. And then Samantha and Nathan's room, if you watch the old series, or, well, I don't think you see it in season 3, but if you watch Retirement, the room was about the size of that freaking living room that you're in right now. The room was huge.
Yeah.
It was literally the size of it. Yeah, it was the size of this. Yeah, they did. But, you know, money got tight, so.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
they couldn't move into James's house.
No, remember, someone lives there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is another crazy thing. Let's see what he has in the stable. I think the best
That's
ending,
crazy.
the ending, like someone that got the best ending out of everyone is definitely Sarah.
Yeah, definitely.
She got married to someone and had a son, so.
Actually, no, the person who probably had the best ending, like the whole series, most likely, probably actually I don't know, it's either Sarah or who else? Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I think it's just
Not
Sarah, bro.
Liam.
It's just Sarah.
Probably the guy, the general store owner. It was like Mr. Kane.
No, his store got shot up in the end.
Yeah, then there was Sarah.
Yeah. Because that's the only main, like, she's the main character. He's not. So yeah, they have
Filming
nothing,
season 1
man.
with Salty was so fun.
Man. Now let's go to.
It's already been a year, bro.
I hate how time flies, man. Time should never go that fast. It should not be going from, hey, let's get on and film tomorrow after school, to, hey, we filmed this a year ago. No, that just should not how it shouldn't be like that.
The Outlaw Life is 3 years old. Freaking Retirement is freaking more than a year old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we never talked. You said you were gonna talk about a spin-off that you never liked.
Yeah. I got it after these few last things coming up with
How
Outlaw's
long is the
Revenge.
stream? I feel like it's been going on for such a long time.
Not even 2 hours. It's an hour and 22 minutes. So
I think you were meant to stop by here, yes?
need to sell some things first.
She was the most important.
Jesus, I have a lot of stuff to sell her. I'm gonna get rich. Remember, I have 616 right now.
I have $16.
It is worth
Okay. I had 616. Now a little bit lower than that. I had like 595.
very well. I pay more for the whole set, you know. That. But the whole set is worth your while. Quite.
So I went from having 595 to 794.
There are not many so distinguished in my service. Welcome.
You ready?
Sure.
Said sure. Bro just passed out? Where are you?
Bro, I'm bro, I freaking.
Dude, guess what? Alright, let's go to the other spot that we haven't. I have another spot. This spot is a spot that we were talking about earlier, where James, his son Owen, is gonna jump off. So, like you said, let's talk about a series that I hate the most. A series called The Tales of an Outlaw. My God. I wish I could tell you the tale on how I could reverse time and stop that from happening, because I would. Also, do you remember this spot? You remember this spot? Hello? Oh, he's AFK?
What?
You remember this spot?
No.
Dude, this spot is the spot where James lost his eye.
Oh.
It's crazy because I low-key forget that James lost his eye too.
Bro, why did you let everybody lose their eye, bro?
In order to gotta keep him alive.
But that happens to everybody, bro.
Just 3 people. Me, Tommy, and James. But here we are. The spot where Owen almost died.
Originally was supposed to. Actually, no, he wasn't really supposed to, but it was just the idea that I had.
Yeah. So, like I said, Tales of the Outlaws was just so bad. It went through so many different changes. Like, we had it. First, it was going to be just all the events up until, like, you know, now. Then it went from that to being, like, a story to Owen, young Owen, who originally was played by me, but was later recasted to Darth for the later franchise.
And besides, I don't think Owen should be sounding like shit. I don't think that bird should be sounding like that.
So I'm like, what?
Because you used to make Owen sound like a little baby.
Yeah, that was the whole point. He was like 4.
Oh, yeah.
Bro must have forgot. This was Tails.
I thought he was older than that. I thought he was like 11.
No, not yet. 'Cause Tails happens a while before Revenge. Like a really while.
Tails was terrible.
Yeah, Tails was horrible, man.
Originally, Tails was not even supposed to be about freaking Nathan.
James.
telling the tale of Owen.
Yeah, it was supposed to be just...
Arthur and Mike in the war.
Not even that. It was supposed to be different episodes showing everything in one episode. So yeah. Let's talk about Halloween. Halloween, low-key, I can't speak bad on it because it wasn't bad. Yeah, no, for sure. It was actually pretty good. And it beat Tails. But Retirement, it's gotta be my favorite spin-off of them all. I don't know why, but it just is, you know what I'm saying?
Jack, you were saying this. If any of the spin-offs were to be an Outlaw Life Season 4, it was definitely Retirement, because it was the most important.
Dude, look at this sunset.
Yeah, no, I just took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna do the Prosper jig.
Freaking away shade.
That's one thing we need to bring back.
No, it wasn't us.
Yeah, I said that's one thing they need to bring back.
Yeah. Look at my jeans.
But still, like I was saying, this spot right here was a spot that we almost lost. Oh my god. Bro. We gotta jump. We gotta jump. Oh! Dang.
I hear some action music.
For real. Dude, I hope my horse is okay. I hope my horse is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that next too. That was tough.
This is what happened. I just freaking TikTok and stuff like,
straight out of a movie. It's right whenever I landed in the water. Like, right whenever I landed in it. I'm gonna send it to the group chat.
You're gonna search up group chat?
No, I'm gonna send it to the group chat. I got hiccups. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. Oh my god, I actually like have the worst hiccups right now. Anything you want to talk about in the podcast? Because I think I've spoken a lot.
I'm just gonna bring back what I was used to talk about. Guys, if you guys go back and watch the original podcast, you'd understand this quote I'm about to say. Originally, when I was casted as Owen, I did not have any food.
So, do you have anything actually you want to say?
Not really.
So we're out of podcast ideas. Dude, I have like horrible hiccups.
Because in the original podcast, I said when I was originally casted as James, I didn't have any food. That's why I didn't
Remember
say
that. But let's talk about something that I need to announce. There's 2 announcements. One's 50%, if not like one's 25% and one's 100%. I'm gonna start off with the first one. You can do this.
Well, you should say 99.
No. Well, yeah. I'm gonna start off with the first one. You can do the second one. So, guys, there will be not a role play, but something Outlaws related. Something called The Outlaws Revenge What If. That is going to be where we take certain events from Outlaws Revenge and change them as a, like, what if this happened moment. And we have something else that Dark wants to announce.
So basically, there's a 25% chance, which I want to do it. So, if we were to, wait, should I say 1, 2, and 3, or just 1? Dude?
Just for now, the only one that has like the biggest hope is 1, but you can talk about 2 and 3 if you want as well.
Basically, there's a chance that we could, redo the Outlaw Life seasons 1, 2, and 3. But so far, 2 and 3, probably just, when thinking about it. So basically, if we were to do that, it'd basically be the same as season 1, but we'd expand it more, we'd add more, we'd make it, more better.
And that's what I was talking about earlier when I was saying we can add on to that Reese stuff. I was like, we can add on to that idea that you have. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, that's might be in the works, but it's not confirmed yet. But the what if is in the works, and
yeah,
I don't know if Litter's ever gonna post it. Back in the day, we did film a original Outlaw Life what if about what if James turned evil.
Yeah, that's getting posted.
That could come out.
Yeah.
But by the way, just the one. If you were to watch that, just freaking just know that we sound like 9-year-old kids in that.
Yeah, that's because we were very, very younger at the time. Jeez, this hiccup's are making me sound stupid for the outro. But yeah, so we are at the very last location of today's podcast. Now I say today's because there's going to be more than just one podcast. This is just the start of something new. So, this last location, Mike's Cabin. It's been talked about earlier, but now it's time to really get talking about. So, Mike's Cabin was originally, like I said before, supposed to be coming back for retirement. That thankfully got scrapped because, dude, we did not need to do that. There was no point. We did not need to just bring just to bring James down from having a good ending to this horrible ending. So we scratched this, but this cabin is, I guess, the hair growth cabin. I'm not sure, but in 3 different episodes, Mike had different hairstyles in all of season 2. Strange. So,
Low key, if it were to happen, we would never get revenge. Because, there would be no Owen.
hmm so, like I was saying, in episode 1 of season 2, Mike had long black hair. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Retired
yeah.
with a ponytail and a beard. Or no, a goatee. It was all black. Then, episode 2, he, for some reason, has short brown hair with a mustache. Then he, fast forwards a little bit to the middle of the series. His black hair is back. It's a little bit longer. And his beard is now a reverend. So, I don't know what.
Basically, I can't explain why.
Mhm.
Basically, Salty, the person who plays Jeff Mike, had to do a pirate roleplay. And I don't know how you do pirates in Red Dead, but
Yeah,
that's what he
me
did.
either.
And so he had to look different, I guess, with RP. And so Mike had different
Let's go
changes.
inside.
Basically, also how he went from the blonde, from the ponytail to the blonde. I guess bro really just wanted to cut his hair. That's probably what happened. But yeah, the pirate roleplay kind of freaked it up because it made it unrealistic. Anyways, your mic is cutting out, so yeah.
The thing is, the thing is, I guess like the brown hair was his original. Even in season 1, he had like brown hair with a clean shaven. And then just for some reason he decided I want
Wasn't
black
it
hair.
blonde? I swear it was blonde.
It was a brown hair. I have the clips and everything. It's brown. But yeah, so I don't know what his idea of having it black. Why could he not just like leave the color brown for his freaking role play that he had going on? I don't know. But yeah. So this is a very annual spot right here. This is where he decided, let me just do GTA barber cut right here.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
really know how you shave with scissors.
Yeah, like literally, they're the scissors. They're the scissors right here. Like these scissors are right here. I don't know how he cut his beard off perfectly. So yeah, this is just the house of wizardness, I guess. But in all seriousness, Jesus, these hiccups are like actually gonna make me sound stupid or freaking crazy. So I meant, let me just try to like take a huge breath. Yeah, so I was saying, without further ado, I guess this will be the end of the stream because we have been streaming for almost 2 hours. I'll be doing more podcasts like this and more Fortnite gameplay tomorrow or today, I guess. Just late.
Wait, we're gonna play Octo game?
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the return of the Outlaws podcast, something Darth has been wanting me to do for like the past few years that I've just kept not doing, but it's back now.
And do I have permission to say something? To just have OG memories of the old podcast?
Am I supposed to pause it first to hear it and then you say it?
Okay, yeah, you can. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back soon. And also one more thing.
So yeah, like I said before, Be sure to expect more of these. And yeah, big content coming for the Outlaws pretty soon, you know. Even though it's like not role play, still a what if is very cool. Short, you know, mini little episodes of what could have changed, what could have been, and stuff. So, yeah. I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.